Okay, we are back. Hype Moon, indeed. There we go. Yeah. Let's continue. Gladly. Oh, wait. Before we continue, we go to special. Let's see if we have anything new here. Nope. I feel like, yeah, we probably had all these. Yeah. Nothing new here, but they said that my friend said that whatever it was, this one probably, it should be fine. It probably tells their name, but that's about it. And I feel like getting to know the name is probably acceptable, right? I'm making the judgment call, yeah. Okay. Black outfit. Sure. Yeah, okay.
横から見ると一層カレン嬢の違和感が際立つわね。
Karen. Hello, Karen. Karen? Karen? I don't know. I mean, I do know, but I don't know which way you guys would want to call it. Want me to call it Karen or Karen?
よもや対抗意識か?
Rivalry.
まさか隠さないことと隠しきれないことは違うんだから。
Not hiding something and not being able to hide it. Okay.
今私いいこと言った？いいこと言った？
Sure.
若さが時に無謀よりも害悪をもたらすことを思い出させてくれるな、君は。
Okay. Sure. We haven't gotten any new funds, so can't buy any new stuff. Sure. Once again, no one has said anything about these, so I'll leave them be until later. Return. Oh, I meant to click back. Yeah. And once again, if we like can completely miss something, that's, I mean, it sucks, but we can always go back later on and go through everything we missed.
答えろ。お前は一体何のサーバントだ?
He is apparently the Avenger, and I'm not sure if like if since this game came out like way before, I'm not sure if they were like intending this servant's like servant name to be Avenger, or if that was like a universal class to be given out later, because it later obviously became a class in FGO, maybe even before that, I don't know. So I don't know if this servant has a name beyond Avenger, but they might. A question filled with hostility. To that, I finally answer, grinning like a little girl waiting for her sweetheart.
Avenger. 復讐のサーバントだよ。
Class that shouldn't exist. Its name proclaimed with hatred and joy. Oh, yeah, right. This is where we left off. That one line was repeated content. But yeah, it was good to get that again. She is attacking in an extremely fast combination. It's her fist. I mean, it could be leg, but yeah. Right straight, yeah, fist. That actually made me feel sorry for the enemy. Mercilessly crushes the monster's skull. Hard to believe it came from a human being. Ooh. Oh, are they fighting the shadow wolf thingy monster? Probably out of revenge for having had 10 of their pals killed already. More prey came leaping at her. Okay. Or I guess if this is the Shadow Wolf, there are multiple of them. Yeah. Or was that already mentioned when we got the bad ending? Maybe. The moment right after she punches with her right fist, First's claws take the opportunity to strike at her seemingly immovable position. Ooh. Out. Oh, she counterattacked. She dodges just by lightly turning her head, while simultaneously driving her right leg into the monster's head. Ooh, we love that. Sharp and heavy. The head is blown off like a ripe tomato. Not even bothering to visually confirm that, Bazette turns around to face the newcomers arriving from behind, once again intercepting them with lethal timing. We love a good close quarter combatant. It's almost as if she were a spinning top fitted with a blade, responding in every direction, clearing the attackers away. A deadly dance that shows no mercy for its target. Very cool.
呆れた。出番ないじゃん、俺。
I was doing it pretty well on my own, even while watching her in fascination. But while I was slicing up one of these guys, Bazette pulverized around 3. Skill issue, I guess. And I mean literally pulverized. With those skinny legs and her fists, she is totally scattering flesh and cutting through bone. Yeah, enhanced magic fists, I assume. Seriously, I'm impressed. To think human hand-to-hand combat would improve this much. It seems like there are runes of hardening carved on her fists, legs, knees, and toes. But the basic bodywork for that must have been an art perfected for use by human beings. Ooh, carve into her. Very cool. Rune is a fun word. I would love to see it more. Way different from us when we go berserk, letting instinct take care of the rest. Okay. Bazette's technique is the legacy of the old days of blood and sweat. Ooh, an uppercut. How many years of effort went into being able to use it? I mean, she's a girl. Whoops, a mature, grown-up woman. Weren't there other things she should have been learning? Guess not. These monsters are no match for the walking weapon by the name of Bazette. They're no better than hapless sheep, a pack of game to be hunted. Homer, stop, they're already dead. But, by the way, what the heck's a Homer? My question exactly. Ooh, very nice, very nice.
なるほど。これがあなたの言っていた得体の知れない連中ですか。
Sighing heavily, Bazette puts away her leather gloves. Miss Walking Weapon, what the hell? You beat almost 20 monsters to death and all you do that at the end is sigh.
使い魔の類でしょうね。知性は乏しく、人間を殺すという単一性能しかありませんが、大量に刺激するには適している。
Sure.
私たちの知らないマスターではない8人目の魔術師がいるのは確かなようだ。こんな使い魔を使って無差別に人を襲う魔術師など放置できない。あなたは何か心当たりがありますか？
I don't know. Try searching for someone called Karen, I guess.
俺？マスターの言うようなやつは知らない。ま、そのうち出会うんじゃないか。
Okay. Well, clearly lying, but sure. Let's roll with it. After all, we've got plenty of time. This isn't going to end regardless of what we do. So we ought to bump into each other one of these days anyway. Isn't going to end regardless of what we do. What do you mean? Would it not end if you guys beat all the other masters? Right? I mean, from their point of view, with their knowledge, that should be correct, right? Obviously, we know that there's parallel world shenanigans, and although I still am not 100% sure if that is linked to this guy's ability, or if this guy's ability even is what he says it is.
いいでしょう。それと、あなたを疑ったことを謝ります。町の異常は、この怪物たちの主の仕業で、あなたの仕業ではなかった。
Unless it is.
いいさ。冤罪は慣れっこだし、同じ穴の無地ななんだ。
Okay.
こいつらが先か、俺が先かの違いだよ。
Mm.
こいつらが町の人間たちを殺して回ってるもんで、俺の仕事が全くないだけだ。
I like being able to take it easy, but you know, a job is a job. Really can't let other people take it away from me. My whole meaning of life is on the line here. If I go unemployed, I can't live. Okay, dude.
そんな仕事はやめなさい。あなたがどこの英霊かは知りませんが、私のサーバントである以上、一般人を巻き込むことは許しません。
Yeah, sure, okay.
だから、今日は誰も殺してないだろ。さっきの屋台の兄ちゃんなんて、よだれ垂らしながら見送ったんだぜ。おでんも肉も食いたかったな。けど言われたことは何とか守る優秀な俺。ほら、褒めて褒めて。
Pat, 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 pat.
それが普通なのです。褒められることではありません。
I mean, there's no harm to it. I mean, maybe it would boost his ego. Or, I don't know. My owner's being mean. One of these days you'll only have yourself to blame when I move on to the rebellious stage. Ooh. Kinda interested to see if/when he betrays Bizet.
それより、いい加減はっきりさせることがある。あなたの宝具が何であるかは分かりましたが、まだ神名を聞いていない。
Okay, let's get to this.
今更ですが、あなたはどこの英雄なのです？
そんなものは初めに言ったんだがね。
Told you that in the beginning, didn't I? Did you know?
覚えていないあんたの落ち度だと思うんだが、そうか。まだ記憶とやらは曖昧なままなのか。
Yes.
それは、そうですね。こうなっては隠していても仕方がありません。アベンジャー。私はあなたと契約した時のことを思い出せない。時間を置けば回復すると踏んでいましたが、状況は私が思っていたより厳しいようだ。いつになるかわからない記憶の回復など待っていられない。
True.
で、手っ取り早く俺にもう一度説明しろと。そう言われても、俺が知ってることなんてたかが知れてるぜ。
The stuff I know is what you probably figured out already. What do you mean by that?
あんたは俺をサーバントとして召喚して契約した。気がつけば俺はあの洋館にいて、あんたに首はつけられてこき使われてたわけだ。そん時に神名は名乗ったが、まあ別にいいか。誰に聞かれてもどうってことない。
Okay.
どうということはない。それはどういう？
俺、自分の名前はないんだ。生前どんな名前だったのかなんて知らねえのさ。
I see. We have another situation. Kind of a mix between archer and assassin.
そんなバカな。サーバントである以上、あなたは英霊だ。名称のない英雄など存在しない。
ああ、だから名称はある。俺には人間としての名前がないだけだ。周りが呼んでいた名称でいいなら教えられるけど、それでいい？
Please do.
もちろんです。契約するとき、 私はあなたの名前を聞いているはずだ。結果、あなたを信頼、いえ、聖杯戦争を勝ち抜くにふさわしい力を持っていると判断した。その、私が認めた名称は何というのです。
Yeah.
アンリマユ。どこぞの古びた風習の名前だよ。
Okay, yeah, there we go. This was a name I had heard before, but I wasn't sure if it was regarding this servant or what, but I have heard this before. And I'm not sure if this was ever mentioned in Stay Night, but it has come up in other Fate media. And yeah, there's definitely connotations here. And yeah, very interesting. Very, very interesting name. At least two, from where I learned the connection from. And yeah, don't really need to hide it. First off, it wasn't that big of a deal, so I just gave her a straight answer.
アンリマユ。そんな、その名は。
True. My reaction, my honest reaction. Isn't the name of a hero. Or isn't fit to be a hero. Isn't a name you'd give to a person to begin with. True. Yeah, your face is just telling me all of the above. I understand how my dear master feels. It's not as if I live up to my namesake. Angra Mainyu, the name of the most powerful demon in ancient Persia. The greatest nemesis in Zoroastrianism, embracing all evil, that kept fighting for 9,000 years against the god of light, guardian of the good of humanity. The god of evil, you could say. The bad part is the freaking huge scale, overseeing half of the entire world. Give me a break. This name is a bother. Yeah, this is this line here is what I knew of before of this name. I don't think I knew it was from ancient Persia, nor did I know about well, I mean, I didn't know any of his thoughts about it, but yeah. Honestly, something of a smaller genre, say the god of desks or pots, would have been a much better fit. The tale of Zoroastrianism revolves around the discord. Discord has ruined the word to discord. Revolves around the discord caused by the two gods of good and evil. It's the first religion to introduce the duality of angels and demons. Of course, I've never seen an angel in my life, and I'm not exactly acquaintances with any demons. I was just one villager that idolized those teachings. Apparently, just one good deed was enough for me to get treated like a hero and elevated to heroic spirit status after death.
勘違いするなよ。別に神様本人ってわけじゃない。
Yeah, it's kind of hard to summon gods in Fate or in Ozoverse.
たまたま持ってる属性がそいつに近かったから加盟として付けられただけだろう。英霊としての格は低いし、知っての通りあまり役に立たない三流だ。
Sure. But nonetheless, still a very cool identity.
それはとっくに承知しています。今さら弁解してもらうことでもありません。
That stings, Master.
しかし、アンリマユ。いえ、私の呼び出したサーバントは確か。
Yeah. Should have. Yeah. Had a more different, endearing name. Hello, Koo. What you doing? Oh, right. Yeah. I don't know if there was something weird going on in Stay Night, but yeah, I'm not sure if Kirei was intended to be a master at all. So like maybe I guess this is hinting that Kirei could have stolen Bezet's original servant, and thus Bezet ended up not participating. I don't know. Let's I guess see. Bezet Fraga Macromates wondered to herself.
親愛なる響きね。何？あんた、他に呼び出したい英霊がいたの？俺なんかじゃなく、もっと強くて立派な英雄に当てがあったとか。
Love seeing the word bozo. It's very fun to say.
いえ、そんなことはあまり。
We love a good blushing Bezet. Not really, she adds quietly. Aw, even more. Whoa, that's a long one. Yeah, that's a cool one. And man, I wish I had a sprite for Bezet. I would love to use them. But I don't want to Google stuff, so I only have Day Night sprites. I have to do with those. Unfortunately, they didn't have the Stay Night sprites didn't have a caster without her hoodie at all, so couldn't really use that one either earlier. Oh, Ruth? Not really, she adds quietly. Yeah, you're being really obvious. Had some other guy on your mind. Okay, so I already knew that, but who would have thought you'd be so picky about your servants too? So our relationship was just a compromise. And I was being relatively serious about it too. Ah well, I'm over it.
面白いな、その顔。あんたでもそんな顔するんだ。
Mhm.
拍子抜けではあるが、まあ予想通りでもある。
Mhm. I'm having such a hard time trying to read Angramainu's. But I don't know if I should call him that or if I should call him what the fuck was the class name called again? Avenger. Yeah, I'm not sure if I should call him Angramainu or Avenger. Probably Avenger. It's easier to say. But yeah, I'm having a hard time reading Avenger's lines because his personality is so, I don't know, not me.
で、どんな男が好みなんだ、あんた。
何を言い出しますか。男性の好みなんて話していなかったでしょ。私はただあなたとかの英霊との違いを考えていただけです。
Very cute, very wholesome, very blushy. Plus points to Bizet.
だから、それが男の話だっていうの。使い魔なんざ術者の好みが第一なんだから、女のマスターが色男を呼ぶのは当然じゃねえか。あ、何？それとも女の英霊でも呼ぶ気だったのか？
Ayo.
そりゃ深いな。まさか趣味と実益を兼ねた男装だったとは。
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is like actual lore or just Avengers opinion, but sure, I guess that would kind of make sense. I mean, in Stay Night it was stated that servants are like the kinds of servants you summon are like close to you in personality or like desires. So a villain is more likely to summon a villain, which makes it interesting that you have Avenger, because you're all business and he's so flamboyant, carefree. But yeah, I guess if this line is to be taken like as a actual piece of lore, that would make sense why there's so many more female servants in Grand Order. But yeah, Basset lesbian, let's go.
私はそのような市場は挟みません。あなたと契約したのはそれが正しいと私が判断したからです。そこに異性の感情など挟まない。
Yeah, it's obviously I do wonder if this game will do anything or like talk anything regarding her sexual orientation, because like she has a very well, not typical, but like she has the masculine attire and short hair, like very much a trope you would see for female characters who are lesbian. So like, I don't know. I wonder if we are going to that direction at all.
ですわ。誤解を招く物言いだったことも認めましょう。私は確かにあなた以外の英霊に執着していた。
Okay, are we talking about Kukulane or? Because that's who we saw briefly in the background when you thought about a different servant.
そう、それそれ。そこまで白状したなら聞かせろよ。得るもんじゃなし、隠し事は極力潰していこ
Man, this servant just loves to gossip.
う。で、マスター。あんたもともとどこの英霊を呼び出そうとしてたんだ？
呼び出そうというのは正しくはありません。
Mm-hmm.
私にはかの英霊を召喚できる保証はなかったし、私自身彼の存在を信じてはいなかったのですから。
Did not believe he had really existed. Okay. She starts trailing off. Must be going over some old memories. Okay. The emotional state of the woman standing in front of me is regressing fast, like she's berating herself.
なるほど。信じていない英雄は呼び出せない。けど、あんたはその英雄に会いたかったわけか。
Okay, that's an interesting dilemma. I like that. That's a fun thought. Line of thought.
どうでしょう。恥ずかしい話ですが、自分でもわからない。
Hmm.
子供の頃の話です。
Did you read a storybook or a legend, myth, history page about Kukulane?
私はその何に対しても冷めた子供だった。
Hmm.
周りの言う楽しみというものがうまく飲み込めず、よく両親を困惑させたものです。父は言いました。お前は作業のように一日を過ごすのだな、と。すまなそうな目をして、いつも私に謝っていた。
Hmm.
負い目があったのは両親だけだったのでしょうね。私はそういった父の罪悪感も感じ取れず、今と同じつまらない毎日を過ごしていた。思い出の大部分はそういった淡々とした日々です。
I see, I see. So, how do you feel about that now?
けれど一つだけ夢中になったものがあった。
Yeah?
本当にどうしてそれだけが特別だったのか今でもわからない。家の書斎でたまたま手にした私の国ならどこにでもある昔話を読んだとき、私はとても悲しかった。
Hmm.
昔話ね。ん？それが？
Someone she didn't believe in, but still wanted to meet. Yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily believe in fairy tales, but like, I'd still like to meet someone who I don't believe in. Like, I don't know, it would be really cool to actually meet Santa. he might be believable to some, not necessarily to me. One of the many phantasms that young children dream of and forget in maturity, tossed away in great number, huh?
ええ。その童話にいる時だけ、私は同じ年頃の子たちと同じになれた。子供心にも眩しく映ったある英雄の物語です。
Vivid is a fun word to say too.
けど、その話の最後は華やかなものではなかった。決して褒めたたえていい物語なんかじゃなかった。そう。みんなは勇ましい話だと言うけれど、私には違った話にしか見えなかった。何もできない私だけど、もし許されるのなら、彼を救いたいと願ってもいいのでしょうか。と。
To be fair, the desire to save someone exists in all human beings. That much I can admit. Heck, I can even feel it myself. Now, the definition of saving is going to be different from person to person, but as long as that desire is just a wish, it's not something that others can condemn. True. Just a wish. This kind of relates to Stay Night's phase route with Saber. So the problem here, though, should it be okay to wish to save him? Is that the little girl didn't understand something that obvious? There, Besset, who turned something that anybody can do into a wish. Then there's the mythical hero, the only one the little girl looked up to. I take back the I'm over it. Bastard, next... No, sorry, I didn't mean to click once again. Bastard, next time I meet you, you're dead meat.
欲がないな。それがあんたの望みってわけ？聖杯も随分安く使われるもんだ。
Wicked laughter. Honestly, the idea of using one fairy tale against another is damn amusing.
だからそれは子供の頃の話です。今のは英霊を召喚するとしたら誰を選ぶかという話でしょ。もしかの英雄を呼び出せる触媒があったのなら、私には召喚する動機があったという話です。
Sure.
でも結局呼び出したのは俺みたいな半端者だったわけだ。マスターも男運ねえな。
Interesting that we're not name dropping the servant. We're just left assuming that it is Ku. Which will be interesting if she ever sees him. Cackling again. Seriously, she definitely looks like she hasn't gotten any luck with men.
アベンジャー、今の私の望みは聖杯を確保し、魔術協会に持ち帰ることです。私自身、聖杯にかける願いなどありません。
Sure.
知ってるよ。あんた、そこまで器用な人間じゃないからな。
After all, you can't make a wish with something that doesn't exist. 0 times anything is still 0.
次はあなたの番よ、アベンジャー。私が答えたのだから教えなさい。あなたの望みは何なのです？
To murder people?
What?
Nuts. She turned the tables on me. Actually, like my master, there's no wish I want to make using the Holy Grail. Sadly enough, there's just one thing that I voluntarily engross myself in these days.
俺の望み？強いて言うと、絵を完成させたいってところか。
Okay. we talking an actual picture or more metaphorical one? She's looking at me like a clueless idiot. I mean, it's your fault for being vague. But yeah, I'm guessing we're not talking about an actual picture. Something more grotesque is my guess. When we get back to our hideout, she's going to find that puzzle I was working on and yell at me for a more serious answer. Oh,
待って、
Archer?
今強い魔力を感じなかった。
Rin or Archer? Did Archer fire a shot?
悪い。魔力感知なんざ持ってない。けど発信源なら見たぜ。あのビルの屋上で何か光った。
Bizet is quick to react. Yeah? She's gonna deflect Archer's arrow. She picks off Raj. Still don't know how to say that. Off the ground and, throwing it over her shoulder, runs toward the center building without as much as asking me to follow. Okay. Obedient as I am, I chase after Bizet. However, it's still bugging me. Just what is that? Okay. Bizet is carrying some kind of a tube. Okay. Some kind of a leaf design. Or twig with leaves. Uh-huh. I mean, clearly it's a lightsaber, but like, if we pretend it's not a lightsaber, what else could this thing be? It kind of has this design here has like a trash can vibes, but it's way too thin to be one. This thing is pretty though, and it does have a handle. I wonder why there's a hole here, like what goes here? Something to attach to it, or... I thought that surely there's a weapon inside, but she didn't take it with her when that last free-for-all happened. Yeah, maybe there's a... I don't know. I can't help but wonder about this funny container when it's being carried right in front of me. It's a map. It opens and there's a scroll map thingy. It tells the location of One Piece. The One Piece is real.
ねえ、それ何？
Bizet is looking for the back entrance into the building. From what I can tell, she's pretty tense.
ねえねえ、それ何なんだよ。
Avenger is like a little kid back in the back seat. Are we there yet? I'm being persistent too. Maybe my sincerity got through to her, you know. Bizet stops moving and shows me the container, okay? Length of observation, approximately 1 minute. After showing it to me...
どう？わかった？
ああ、わかった。多分 T セットが入ってる。
What? Whoops, I pissed her off. Wrinkles forming on her forehead, she reluctantly takes the lid off. Okay. It's a ball. Several balls plop out. I mean, it's probably like same-ish material as like cannonballs, but it's also at the same time has the look of those squishy, like fake leather stress balls that you can just squish with your hands. Size-wise, they are about the same as track and field shots. Okay. Whoa, wait, that's That's much bigger. I thought that was like a very thin thing, but I guess it's a bit wider than I thought. Looks like it can hold no more than 5, but right now there are only 3. Oh, sorry. They're about the same as track and field shots and about the same mass, I'd guess. Looks like it can hold no more than 5, but right now there are only 3. I see. It all makes sense now that she's shown me what's inside. Don't tell me she's gonna throw them as actual weapons. Really reminds me of One Piece with that one character throwing cannonballs with their bare hands. You think she was carrying this relic? Ooh. You had me at relic. I tremble in your presence, Bizet Braga Macromids. By the way,
何これ
the mystery had only deepened. Yeah?
あなたには説明しません。少なくとも T セットでないことは確認していただけたかと。
What? It's not a ball-shaped T-set? What? She puts the spheres back inside and remounts the cylinder on her back. So she won't explain her trump card to someone she can't trust. I see. Moving on.
力持ちだな。何胸が重い分肩に負担かかって筋肉あるとか使いもしねえくせに無駄にでかいもんな、あんたの。
Okay. I tell her the objective truth, as observed with my keen eyes. Yes, very smart, very tactical mind. Avenger is a very smart person. Bizet stops dead in her tracks, turning around slowly like a rusted doll.
微笑ましい。
You're dead.
あなたの遮奪さは時に殺意を覚えるほど的確で勇敢だ。
Hmm. Now this is more like it. This is how a master and servant should be. The anger she's radiating could end up with me dead if she figures I'll revive anyway. Yeah. What do you mean if she figures you'll revive anyway? Doesn't she already know that? I don't know. Maybe it was just a phrase. Okay, there is nobody on the rooftop. Only the sound of powerful wind is there to greet us. Yeah, I can hear it. It's blowing from the left side of my headphones. Maybe.
遅かったか。確かに何者かがいた痕跡はありますが、ここから足取りを探るのは不可能だ。
Okay. Bizet is looking down at the city from the edge of the roof. Something in mind already, I bet. Oh. As for what I'm doing... Okay, who does this armor belong to? I'm not sure if Archer had that kind of armor. Like, that feels more like Saber, right? Or maybe it's a part of Ryder's chains broken up. I don't know. I'm wiping off the traces of blood on the floor with my feet. This is the highest place in Shinto. The moon seems a little lower than usual. Had there been a ladder of stairs, you could probably reach it. I see, referring back to the opening visuals with the stairway to heaven. You could almost feel the heaven. Even though most of the humans are gone, the city lights are still on. I gaze at all the life below, covered in dazzling prosperity. Not that I'm bored. It would be no good to let my itself be particularly impressed by anything. But for now, there's nothing wrong with this scenery.
アベンジャー
What up? Out of the blue. Bizet appears next to me.
なんだよ。何かいいものでも見つけたのか？
先ほどの怪物を何体か確認しました。この場所からなら神都にいる使い魔は肉眼で発見できそうです。
What do you mean we can locate the familiars in Shinto visually? Do you have like archer level eyes? Your eyes are looking obsessive. Instead of enjoying the scenery, apparently she was glaring at the monsters wandering around Shinto. She has pretty cold eyes.
それが何？ここで一晩中観察して使い魔の主人を探してみるとか？
Who knows?
現実的ではありませんね。あれは使い捨てのようだ。主人の元には戻りませんから、ここで監視したところで本拠地は割り出せない。
だろうな。無駄なことはしないに限る。マスターが懸命で助かった。けど、その物言いだと、あんたさ。
アベンジャー、私はあの怪物たちを一掃したい。
Of course.
そのために、あなたの力を貸しなさい。
Bizet is a lot more heroic. I'm not sure if that's the right word. Moralist, maybe, than I thought. I thought she'd be much more neutral, but she's willing to wipe out monsters. Although maybe that could be just her reasoning it as a way that it's her duty to wipe off all traces of magic, so normal people can't observe it. I knew this was going to happen. Shit, why did you have to be such a goody two-shoes? This is making me want to tear you apart.
一般人を巻き込むな。なんて命令に比べれば俺向きだけどな。いいのかよ、マスター。あんた、聖杯戦争に勝つことが目的なんだろ？
she has the skills. She can do both.
連中の主人が邪魔だってんならわかる。けど、奴らが人間を殺して回ってるから一掃する。なんてのは矛盾している。悪い子でいようと決めたのにいい子でもいたいなんて。そりゃ都合が良すぎるだろ。
Now then, I'm not trying to hide my hostility at all. Hide my hostility at all. It's pretty clear that we'll end up in a fight to the death soon enough, the way things are going. Yeah? Is she gonna reason the way I thought she would? One arm behind my back, I materialize my favorite dagger. Okay. That prediction I made about killing each other at least once is about to become reality 10 minutes later. I'd make a good profit. My policy is to wait for the opposition to come at me before I attack. She's not gonna do it. It really is a pity, but we should do this at least once. Huh?
あなたの言う通りだ。
Okay. Okay.
確かに、人助けが目的ではありません。
True. There is some hesitation. She wisely recognized it.
ですが、間違っていることは正したい。
Okay.
知った以上、私には見て見ぬふりはできません。
She spoke like she was trying to tell herself that.
それはどんな理由で？連中が人を殺すのがいけないってこと？それを見逃す自分がいけないってこと？それとも、聖杯戦争より人助けの方が大切だってこと？
Ooh. Did Avenger hit the nail on the head? Do you have some kind of past that you weren't telling us about? What's your true motivation beyond just being a pawn to the clock tower? Probably all of the above. That's why Bazette is confined by these contradictions. If she thought that she was right, she wouldn't look so pained, while trying to hold back her inner self that is contradictory for a magus.
正しいと思える行動に理由はありません。
Reasons are not needed for doing what one believes is right. Sure, let's go with that.
いえ、理由があってはいけないと思う。それを正しいと感じたのなら。
The words of reason and gain should not be used as shields. It is probably what she's trying to say. Okay. Yeah, okay. I can vibe with that.
うわ、独善だね。やばいぜ、その考え。
Shut up.
ええ、あなたに言われなくとも承知している。
Had to get serious on me, didn't you? That's what she wants to believe to that's what she wants to believe to be the right way of life. On the other hand, the current Bezet Fragamacrimitz is subordinate to the reason that is the association. It would be fine if she was tough enough to get a good balance between both. But
まあ、ご立派な思想はいいけどさ。何もそこまで正義に付き合ってやることはないだろう。ありゃ元から形のないものだ。どんなに求愛しても向こうから帰ってくるものはないよ。それよりさ、もっといい目を見せてくれる勢力と付き合った方が良くないか？
why don't you think about joining a power that would give you some perks? And the word he Avenger said was Ryoku, which is like a faction more so than power. Yeah, sure.
ですから、私も魔術協会に所属している。私だって見返りは欲しい。それとは別に、できる限り正しくありたいと思うだけです。
Maybe you're being brainwashed by the association. Why would someone want to live correctly? True. Seems very, very boring. That's said when that person doesn't think he's living correctly. Though he struggles to show that he's cleaning his sinful hide, even if only a little bit, by taking the right actions. Honestly.
生真面目なあんたらしい。
Seems just like little Miss Serious.
要するに、徳の高い人間になりたいんだ。
What a clumsy, miserable way of living this human has. She's a more neutral version of Shiro. Although I feel like she wouldn't hesitate to kill if she had to. And probably doesn't have as broken of an ideology about helping people as Shiro does, but yeah. It is like Shiro bargain sale. That sounded so wrong. I didn't mean to say that Bazet is like a worse character. I'm just saying that she's not leaning as far into that side as Shiro is. Or maybe she does, who knows? But they do seem quite similar in that sense. Bazet is Shiro. Yeah. Bazet is Shiro's actual mom. Shiro's parents didn't perish. True. We're getting somewhere. New lore has been added to the game.
そうなのかもしれませんね。けれど、私にはかなわない願いだ。私は壊すことでしか感謝されない人間です。人徳とは他人に親しまれる、他人に与えることができる人間が持ち得るもの。
I don't know, you're opening up to Avenger, you're getting intimate with him, and he's very much willing to get intimate with you in sexual ways too. So like, you know, I think you guys can achieve true intimacy. To contribute to society, to save people, that's what virtue is. I mean, not necessarily, but those things can be included in being virtuous. I mean, virtue itself is probably much larger of a concept. All she can do is destroy. A person that is unable to fix cannot truly gain trust, is what her eyes tell me. Oh, that's also fun. Continuing with this Shiro connotation parallel. All she can do is destroy, and Shiro is known as the fixer, who just fixes stuff. Okay.
それは誤認だと思うけどね。
いいえ、私には資材を投げ打って貧窮の民を救うことも、新しい組織を作ることもできない。あくまで歯車の一つで、いつまでもちっぽけな一個人から抜け出せない。
Sometimes those single cogs become so foundational that people start flocking to them and making new cogs to support the old cogs. Maybe you can eventually become something more than a single cog.
そんな人間に高い徳なんて得られるはずがないでしょう。
Like, maybe not right now, but you are currently bonding with Avenger here, so that's a possible connection. That's a possible new cog to link to yours.
まさか。
I got seriously angry there. Not good. I'm actually getting into a serious conversation. Yeah? You are.
それだけは完璧に間違いだ。金で徳は買えねえよ。徳ってのは魂の質だ。それは得るものじゃない。苦しみながら自分の中で培うものだろう。
I mean, I agree that it's something you can earn. You develop it inside of yourself, suffering all along the way. It doesn't need to be suffering. But yeah, look at Avenger, our wannabe, whatever guy is getting totally serious and talking about ideals and philosophies, ways of living. Yeah, the set is as surprised as me. Oh. Don't tell me the light was actually just that light, no. They said that there was a magical energy. Surely there was. And there was blood also, and a metal piece. It's the same for any human, no matter how insignificant, no matter how powerless, no matter how worthless. It's a function that everyone has at birth, a radiance defined by the will to move forward. There is no line drawn between good and evil. It is only those that aim for their peak as living beings that the door to enlightenment opens for. I don't think you need to aim for the peak as a living being to be enlightened. Just be open to anything and experience things and be understanding and willing to learn and change. I think that's at least the basics for it. I don't think it requires peak effort. you know. Sometimes even some lazy people can get closer to enlightenment. Just because they are silent and observe stuff.
徳は自らの価値は外的評価によるものではないというのですか？
Yeah.
あ？いや、価値って話なら外的評価が全てだよ。
I mean, in one sense, yeah. But I kinda disagree.
そのための徳、そのための自己錬磨だ。せいぜい高値ふっかけて、自分を自分以上に買ってくれるやつとくっつくためのパラメーターだよ。
Improvement of inner space is linked to the improvement of external space. The more vain and lonely someone is, the more they cling to being a good person and feel ashamed about how pathetic that makes them. I don't know. I recognize myself being vain and not lonely, but a loner. But I don't feel like I cling to being a good person. I'm very much egotistical and narcissistic at times. I feel like it really depends. Then again, I guess loneliness can accelerate those kinds of emotions. And feel ashamed about how pathetic that makes them. Okay. I'm so selfish for trying to be good, just so people won't hate me, they think. However,
それでいいじゃねえか。誰かに認められたいって気持ちはな、誇っていいことなんだよ。
hell yeah.
その気持ちがあるやつは、同じようにきっと誰かを認めてやれる。
True. Sympathy.
あんたの方針が結局は自分のためだって言うんなら、間違ってなんかいねえってこと。
That's where the good part of love, enjoying life with others, lies. Granted, she hasn't gotten to that point yet, and I doubt she'll ever realize it before she dies. Anyway, this woman's clumsy. But she's resourceful, so by some accident she wound up like this, seemingly able to accomplish anything. Yeah. It's the Bizet difference. Bold, yet pessimistic. Self-reform that keeps putting you on detours. Knowing that you're wrong, screaming that it isn't a big deal, you struggle desperately towards the brighter path. Ah, so that's the kind of human I offered a hand to. Okay.
そのあなたらしからぬ考説でしたが、結論として今後の方針に文句はないという解釈でいいのですか？
Yeah, my live reaction exactly. I had not expected such a remarkable viewpoint from you. Yeah, he went way deeper than I thought.
ああ、いいんじゃない？正義の味方ってのも。気持ちよさそうだし、たまには理不尽な死から人々を守るのも悪くない。
正義の味方. Same word as with Shiro. Just hearing hero of justice makes me want to vomit, but that's the best word for it.
意外ですね。正義なんて言葉、あなたが最も嫌うものだと感じていましたが。
I feel like he's ambivalent towards it.
嫌いだよ。
Okay, never mind.
けど、そういう方向性は好きなんだ。
Okay, sure. I actually kind of vibe with this line. Like, I obviously am very grateful that there is justice in the world, and I believe that there should be, and I hope the world just gets more just, or like going forward. But at the same time, I personally enjoy, at least in stories, more like nuanced or gray stuff. But like he said, I like where it's going. I like happiness, but at the same time, it's wrong if everyone is just forcing everyone to be just or to smile and be happy at the same all the time. But I feel like he has a bit of a different idea of or like reason for hating.
Huh?
First off, it doesn't change what I do. We wander around the city at night, kill other masters, and kill those monsters. Only the priorities are now even. It's still right within my range. There is still plenty of life in Fuyuki. Until my master gets full, the cup isn't going to run dry. Never attaining victory, the two of us, who know no death, will overcome only defeat. That's a hell of a line. I like it.
そう。あんたの気が済むまでやろうぜ、マスター。
Sure.
何事も経験だ。飽きるまで楽しめばいい。
Mm-hmm. This makes me like never attaining victory. Like this makes me think that he knows that there is like no grail to be attained at all, which he might have said already. But like, you know, it feels like he's in on things much more than he lets on. Like he has some kind of idea about the ending of the Holy Grail War and how Saber destroyed the Holy Grail and whatnot. Alone, I count the ravaging winds. From this tower, the closest to the heavens, the lights of the city look like fakes. Faker? Yeah? The Holy Grail War will keep on going. The murders, my only amusement, will keep on going. Tomorrow will probably be defeated and revived yet again. Until the time comes, until Bizet decides to change her plan, I'll stick with her for the time being. Okay. This place is a far and deep, hollow sky. Half title drop. Anything gained is all going to be an illusion in the end. Full title drop, hollow illusion. I don't know.
あんたの気が済むまでやろうぜ、マスター。
Let's keep on doing this until you're satisfied. Sure.
何事も経験だ。飽きるまで楽しめばいい。
Mm-hmm. Having said that, my servant looked elsewhere. Okay, Bassett POV. For whatever reason, his disposition changed. He ceased talking and is now quietly gazing at the nighttime scenery. Ooh. Servant Avenger. Okay. So what we saw briefly at the after the normal ending was the Avenger character card. Cool. Though it's not among the 7 classes, they say exceptions sometimes occur in the Holy Grail War. Avenger must be one of those. The notion of a heroic spirit meaning vengeance is a contradiction in itself, but the title of Angra Mainyu is an even bigger mystery. Very true. It is common among heroes to be recorded in history by titles they gained later, and not by names they were born with. True. The story that I told him of the hero of my homeland was also one of them. But the tone name of Angra Mainyu is just too ominous. I must get his real name out of him one day, for his sake. Not that horrible one, but the name he was given at birth. Sure. Let him not be burdened by such a name, eventually, if he remembers it. Below, I see dark shadows wandering across the city. Even with the Kenaz rune of far sight. Ah, okay. So your eyes are not as good as Archer, so you're using a rune, right? All I can tell from here is the general state of Shinto. Fuyuki is divided into two by the Mion River. Okay, I don't think we ever knew the river's name. Maybe it was mentioned in some other Fate medium. See what is going on in Miyama, which lies past the big bridge. I have no choice but to cross it myself. Okay, we're going to meet Shiro. Those black monsters have to be hiding there. I wonder what ritual are those monsters bound by. I have never seen that type of familiar, even in the association. Mysteriously, they seem to be operating under orders, yet apparently possess no intelligence of their own. Their actual purpose is unclear. That is true. Combat ability is fairly high, like large hunting dogs or feral monkeys with amplified humanoid form. A human without combat experience would be killed immediately with no resistance. True. Human with combat experience, even someone who had fought against servants before, would be killed if encountering those unexpectedly. Human with 10 years or more of involvement in martial arts and sports could put up a fight for several seconds provided the conditions were favorable, or alternatively escape. Yeah. Bad luck, Shiro. However, there are many. In addition to that, their appearance is psychologically repulsive, with claws that stick out like blades and a bark-like rough body. If attacked by several of them, a human would not survive without firearms. Okay. Also, that was the most beautiful sound I have ever heard. I will set it as my phone ringtone. Love it. Yeah, please never do that voice again. Thank you, game. That scream is just too discomforting. True. Shrill voice that the ears can't withstand. Totally different from the roar of a beast. If insects that swarm together in the shadows possessed a vocal system, these are the kind of cries they would make, no doubt. Insects, you say? Mato? Avenger doesn't seem to mind those voices. What am I looking at? Is this your foot here, or is this a claw of the monster, or... In the last fight... Oh, is this his weapon? In the last fight, he dealt with those monsters as if it was simple work. But even then, his abilities are not something I would rate highly. His self-appointed title, The Weakest Servant, is correct. But while it is correct, it would be a joke for any heroic spirits to have a hard time against this kind of small fry, wouldn't it? Yeah. I feel like after this one, we might have gotten a new weakest servant in Grand Order. At least by like fighting abilities and such. I'm talking about Anderson. Hans Christian Andersen.
詐欺じゃないだろう。初めっから最弱だって断ってんだから。
Hmm. They used joke here, but he said more like the word for scam, I think.
待って、あなた、私の考えが読めるの？
Uh-oh.
読めねえよ。そんな風な面してたから言っただけだ。ま、読めたらさぞ面白いだろうよ。あんたは中身と外見がちぐはぐだからな。
What if he actually can read her mind? He laughs rudely. This man's crudeness does not suit me at all, and he is weak. And he is all talk. Looks like I'm going to have to take the lead on the rematch with Saber. But he is not all bad. Okay, so you do remember Saber fighting or dying against Saber, so you do retain, if not all, at least some memories of previous times you died. But I feel like we haven't heard of you speak about any other times before the one we saw initially in the prologue. So like, was that the first life and this is now the second? Or was that just one of many and we just haven't touched on other lives? Or you don't remember them? But he is not all bad. This servant excels at not dying. I mean, he excels at reviving. He is unkillable to begin with, as he would simply revive after dying. That may have been the very reason for the composure that allowed him to become extremely good at fighting defensively. Fighting defensively, I feel like that would make him better at fighting offensively, since he doesn't have to worry about, you know, dying. That would just allow him to become more bold. But sure. In that last fight, I dealt with being surrounded by felling enemies one by one in a matter of seconds. He, however, had completely held them off while being surrounded until I ran to support him. Okay. I more so had a feeling that he was fighting a single one on the sidelines while you were just dealing with multiple of them. His fighting style will not allow him to win, but it will not cause him to lose either. Sure. Oh, sorry. That, I really don't want to admit it, but that is an outstandingly good match with my combat strategy. Yeah, sure, it works with you. You are the offensive part, sure. Yet stronger winds blows past me. From the corner of my eye, I see the flowing hair of the servant standing next to me. Cool. What does that remind me of? Tarzan? Why? Why did Tarzan come to my mind? I mean, it was the unkempt long hair and slim yet built body, but, you know. What does this remind me in anime or some other media? Oh, that pose kinda... No. I was gonna say Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan, but probably not. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. A primeval shaman enveloped by the winds of the wilderness. It would be wild if he had that kind of character sprite all the time, but I feel like that was a more artistic rendition. I see a vision of a simple figure, taking nature as it is, living and dying along with it.
Avenger. 今の。
Yeah?
そろそろ行こうぜ。連中がたむろしている場所は把握しただろ。あんなんでも生き物だからな。ばらせば気晴らしにはなってくれる。
It was only my imagination. Well, yeah, so I assumed. Like, I didn't assume that it was a physical manifestation or like reality. Avenger was only looking for where the monsters are.
おう、そうか。難しく考えることはなかったんだ。
Meaning what exactly?
あんたも人が悪いぜ、マスター。結局さ、目につく敵は全て殺せってことじゃねえか。
Skillfully twirling his brutal knife, he hooks his lip upward as if truly having fun. As long as he can kill something living, he's happy. Whether human or animal. They were originally the same beast anyway. I glare at my servant. Ayo, a design reveal?
ああ、間違い間違い。人間は殺しません。やるのはマスターと怪物たちだけにするから、そう怖い顔しないでください。ああ、もうつまんねえの。うちのマスターは器量小せんだからさ。でかいのは胸だけかよ。
I will add this to my vocabulary and will start using it on a daily basis. Thank you, game. What an anal retentive master. Still chattering, he disappears inside the building.
最低ですね。あれは何を言ってもあのままだ。
He's a bit of a wild card. With a sigh, I leave the rooftop. Above me is the ominous moon. Below me is the depths of the city. Oh, I probably... Yeah, this moon is not black. So... Yeah, that allows us to have some ideas. I have disgust and distrust for the servant I am fighting with. This Holy Grail war has given me nothing but cause for unease so far. Yet despite that, I am becoming attached to that servant, if only slightly more than yesterday. The servant that was gazing at the city, seeing his cold appearance, a contradictory thought crossed my mind for no apparent reason. Okay, do tell. That man is hopelessly evil. And yet, at the same time, could it be that he loves the human world just as much? Yeah, okay. That's a nice idea. Woeful white. Flashbang. Dialogue Mobius link. Okay. Boom boom. New day. I'm gonna have to do a cut here. I don't know. This might be the end of this part. It is a bit short, which I do apologize. I'm gonna do a cut here, and I might continue on, or maybe we'll just get a shorter episode this week. I don't know. For now, I guess I'll mention Patreon in the description. 2-week early access, all that good stuff. Bye.